Good evening, and thank you for joining us as we get ready to go over some of our information for the pre-tournament meeting for our Logan Martin tournament this upcoming weekend. We're excited about our last qualifier, getting ready to wrap up the end of our qualifying season and then move on to the Classic tournament. I'm going to go ahead and start off with an opening prayer like we always do, and then we'll get into some information about not just this tournament, but I'm also going to go ahead and start covering a lot of information about the Classic, qualifying numbers, when those things are going to be announced, what that schedule is going to look like. So hang with me to the very end, and I'll get you a lot of that information as well after we finish up addressing some of the things for this weekend. So let's open with a word of prayer. Lord, thank you for this day, another opportunity we have to be back on the water this weekend. Lord, we thank you for a great season that you've given us so far. We thank you for the safety of our anglers and captains, and as they travel to and from these tournaments all over the state, Lord, and on the water. Lord, we just thank you for blessing us with a great year. We hope that you will continue to have your hand of protection upon us as we go into this last qualifying weekend and then on to our classic tournament. And we'll just give you the glory for everything that you do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So we're going to be back at Lincoln Landing. We it feels weird now to say that it's been 4 or 5 years that we've been using this new facility now, but just fantastic facilities. Continue just to add little things as time goes along. And so we're thankful for the city of Lincoln for having the vision and insight, and appreciate Michael Morris. He's the director there at Lincoln Landing for working with us to bring another tournament to this area. It's always one of our most popular lakes. We've got a lot of numbers this weekend as well, and that just shows that people are excited about fishing on Logan Martin. It's a great time of year to be fishing as well, and we got great facilities to do it. As always, if you have questions, please get those to us. You can send that to our ASA BFA cell phone through text message or phone call 334-300-4437. I'll be monitoring that this week, answering your questions, returning your phone calls. If you need something to reach out, if you've got my email address, you can email those questions to me as well, and I'll get those answered. You can also comment on the Facebook Live video that we're going to have posted. Now, once we get that video posted, you can comment your questions on there throughout the week, and several of us on staff will be paying attention to those questions, make sure we get those answered for you. This will be our last online pre-tournament meeting for the season. Like we have the last several years, our pre-tournament meeting for the Classic tournament will be in person. So this will be the last one of these that we run this year. But if you have questions, please let us know, and I will get those to you or get those answered for you. Before I get much into actually Logan Martin, let me go ahead and tell you we will be sending out coaches survey. So coaches, you'll be getting a survey from me very soon, probably the Monday after the this last qualifier. Give you about 2 weeks or so to fill that out for the entire year. So we're going to be asking what are the things you like about the trail? What are the things that you dislike? Go ahead and be talking to your captains about that. We really want your feedback. Every year, every single thing that's submitted, we sit down as a group of directors and discuss. And so if there's things that, hey, we'd really like you to consider changing this or not, we'll put it to a vote. We'll consider it. There's going to be pros and cons, for that. But we want you to at least submit that information so we can see what your opinions are. Every year, about half of people turn those in. So if you don't turn one in, then we're not getting your opinion on either things that you for sure want us to keep. We love hearing things that go well. We like this part of the trail. Please don't change this. Because if no one's saying, that there's a particular area that they want to keep, and a couple people are suggesting change it, we may look at changing it. So let us know the things that you absolutely do like. Let us know the things that you would like to see changed as well, and we'll work and see what we can do to make this the best trail possible for you, your anglers, for your entire team. So now let's get into specifics about this weekend. So you can see at the bottom here, 225 total boats. It's going to be one of our bigger ones outside of pretty much Lay Lake and Gunnersville this year. So 155 in the senior division. Juniors, we got 70. Because of this, we will be bumping the senior weigh-in. It'll be starting at 215 instead of 2 to give us a little bit of time to get the junior boats all weighed in, get their awards without rushing them too much. We are going to be doing packet pickup at the landing, so we'll be at the 740 Travis Drive Friday night between 5:30 and 6 o'clock for the packet pickup. Make arrangements to be there. Here's the thing that I need you to pay attention to the most. Okay, there is a ramp fee at Lincoln Landing. It's $5 per boat. That needs to be paid in either cash or check Friday night when you pick up your packet. So, for example, if you've got Team A showing up and you know you've got 5 boats total between your juniors and your seniors, when those you come to get those boat numbers, if we're going to give you 5 boat numbers, then you need to give us $25. In turn, we will give you 5 tickets to go in the windshield. Okay, that needs to be paid that night. Okay, please come on Friday. Please go ahead and pay that ramp fee. It speeds everything up in the morning, so we're not up there trying to do it. If you have to pay in the morning, these are only for people that don't pick up their packets that night, then you have to pay in cash. They have a card reader machine. It takes a while. It's too long. Sometimes it's down. You need to be prepared with cash. If you are paying on Friday night like we ask you to, you can either do the checks, make the checks out. It says Lincoln Landing, make it out to the city of Lincoln actually, or you can bring cash. Okay, so please know, however many boats you have times 5, you need to have that Friday night when you pick up your packets. Again, we will give you cards. Those cards need to go in their windshield. Okay, there's going to be staff there working. If you come in and you've got your parking pass already in your windshield, they're going to wave you right through. If not, they're going to tell you that you need to pay. Okay, it's not going to work. So I paid last night. They're going to make you pay again if you don't have that card in your windshield. Okay, please make sure that card is in your windshield and ready to go. All right. Next thing. All right, specific information. So, of course, we're going to be at Lincoln Landing. Please make sure you're there on time. We've got 225 boats to get in. We have a huge ramp. We should be able to do it, but just like on other ones, Lay Lake was very similar to this, and we ended up getting everyone in. You can't show up an hour before blast off at 225 boats and expect to get in. Okay, because everybody's going to do. If everyone does that, there's no way we're going to get you in. We have to cut the ramp off once we start weigh in because we're going to go right in front of the ramp in order to turn. Okay, so please make sure you're there on time. Okay, we're going to show you some things in just a second. Don't worry about where it says bridge. That's an old slide. So 12-inch limit on all bass. We are going to stick with the 3 fish limit. Okay, we debated and talked about this and considered going back to the 5 since we've got the information. So we originally announced that for the remainder of the year, anything Coosa River would be 3 fish limit. Um, so we discussed going back to 5, but we felt like it was best with everything is still kind of fresh and looming. That we just need to stick with it since we've already announced it. And let's stick with the 3 fish limit to get through this year. All of this will be reevaluated this summer. Decisions will be made for next year. Very confident that next year on the Coosa River, especially with when we have our tournament schedule, we'll be back to a 5 fish limit. But we didn't want to seem like everything was we're going to hold off on to it and then we just completely go back to the way we were doing things before with no consideration of insight to that. So it's not super hot yet. It's going to be a nice day this weekend, really nice weather. We still ask you that you take care of your fish, but we will be a 3 fish limit. Okay, so please make sure you don't come in with 5 so that it's fair to everyone. In our rules, it states that if you come in with more than the legal limit, you have to cull down to the limit starting with your big fish. We've had that just a few tournaments before. No one wants you to tell anglers that their 2 biggest fish have to go back to the water. So please make sure you come in with only 3 fish this weekend, all 12 inches. And then we will evaluate from there. We're pretty much going to run that the rest of the year. Our classic is always a 3 fish limit. It's starting to warm up. For the senior division, we're fishing multiple days, so it will be a 3 fish. So we're just everything for the rest of this year. We're going to run out with a 3 fish limit, and then hopefully next year we'll be back to our 5 fish limit, with the exception of the classic tournament. All right, so here's some information for Lincoln's Landing. So if you can see this, here's the first request. When you come in, turn in here off of Travis Drive, please turn into this parking lot back here and get your boat ready. Okay, here is our request. When you get up here to make this right by the little shed they have up here, you need to be ready to drop in the water. Okay, so please don't come all the way up here and then get up here on the road and stop and try to go undo your straps, put all of your stuff in there, put your plug, pull into this parking lot, okay? Get all of that ready and then pull back out, come down the road. Once you pass this parking lot, you need to be ready to drop straight to the water, okay? They have staff that will be there on site. Okay, they're going to have 4 or 5 people there. Their staff is couple of them are fairly young, and a couple of them are fairly new. They've just hired some new people to help out. They're there early in the mornings, willing to do everything they can to get us in the water as fast as possible, make everything go smooth. So, number one, we shouldn't have to say this, but just as a reminder, please be respectful and courteous to the staff that's there. Whatever they tell you to do is what they are being directed to do by either their director or our staff. Okay, so they are an extension of us. You need to treat them with respect. You need to listen to the things that they ask you to do. Make sure your lights are turned off, turn over here, go to this ramp, pull off of this space. Please listen to the staff, be respectful and courteous, regardless of whether you think you know best, how old they are, whatever the case may be. Please do that when you're here because we've already met, we've got a game plan together, and that's what you're going to follow. So once you come up here, we'll get dropped in. Boats and trucks, we're asking you, to park in this area. Single vehicles, please do not park in the pavement. That's the big parking spots for the boat. There are a few places right here that are only for single vehicles. The rest of visitors for the weigh-in, we need you parking over here in the grass. Please do not pull up if you're coming for the weigh-in and take whatever available spot is here because more than likely that boat is back down to load. And you may think that well, there's an open spot. Well, then that boat comes back up out of here and there's nowhere for it to park. Okay, so visitors park in the grass over here, leave all the paved parking areas for, there's a few single vehicles here. That's going to be a majority of our staff that's unloading the trophies and the awards and the prizes and stuff. The rest of these are for boat and trailer parking. Okay, weigh-in will be at the pavilion over here. Your last dock right here is where we're going to throw the pegs. So you can see the way that this is set up. We're going to be staging back this way. Will be coming across the front here, getting your peg. And then if you want to go back this way, then you will idle all the way across and then blast off coming back this way. Okay. Please don't blast off right here with the first green arrows at. Every year we have people that as soon as they make this turn, they hammer down right here. And then all of these boats back through here are rocking like crazy, trying not to bump into each other. Please be respectful. Idle all the way across, blast off as you get ready to head back to the left here. Okay, again, check back in. Peg goes where you picked it up. It's the same every tournament. We never change it. Don't bring it to the stage. All right, most of the stuff I think I've already covered. Do not park for parents. Do not park in the trailer parking spots. Get the fish to the scales as soon as possible using only our bags, 3 fish limit. Please take care of the fish when you're taking pictures. Hold them. Make sure you don't drop them. Be quick with your pictures. Make sure your pegs get back to the end of the dock. All right, so here is the pavilion on the map. So this is where most of your tents will be. So the weigh-in trailer will be sitting right here. Okay, this is what we'll be using to get the fish back to the water. So weigh-in trailer sitting here. Our video tent will be sitting front and center right here in the grass. You can put a few tents right here on the left and right of our video tent. If you're in the strip of grass that is between the pavilion and the weigh-in pad, then you need to ensure that you do not use stakes. There are irrigation lines that are ran through here, and the tent stakes will poke a hole in those irrigation lines. Okay, please do not use stakes in this grass. Out here, there is no irrigation. You can use stakes if you need to. Set your tents up. You can set on the back side of the pavilion. You can use the tables inside the pavilion. Will be set up right here facing the pavilion. Just don't get in the dead center to block our video tent, and don't use stakes in this little grass strip. Off limits pretty easy on Logan Martin, 100 yards away from the ramp and docks at Lincoln Landing. So basically, what we're asking is don't use, and go back far enough. You can't fish these docks right here. Pretty much. That's the only thing that's off limits. Up in this cove over here on the backside, this is fine. Just 100 yards away from those docks is the only thing that we're asking you not to fish. If you see anything posted, then obviously that's always off limits. And then 50 feet away from other anglers. This continues to be our top issue. Quit fishing on top of each other. Quit running too close to each other. Be respectful of each other when you're out there fishing. To help us out. Standard rules by the end of the season, we've kind of got those down. Weather report, we're looking at a high of 66 that day, around 40 degrees that morning, so not super cold in the morning, but should be a nice day. Low chance of rain. Could be a little breezy. Most of the time it's going to be around that an hour day is going to be around 8 to 10 miles an hour, but can get up to 15 at some point. So can be a little windy, but should be a very nice overcast day overall. Middle of April just should be a fantastic day of fishing. All right, let me hit this one more time. People continue to ask, and it's getting more and more as we get close to the classic. How do I see where we're ranked? Are we going to make the classic? How many points do we have? Guys, we keep this up to date. It's not secret information. We keep it up to date year round. If you go to our website and click on tournament results, go to where it's in green that says ASA BFA 24-25 year to date, you can go see exactly how your team and every team has scored on their total team points at every tournament. You can see largemouth, smallmouth, junior division. So all of that information is here in one Excel spreadsheet, and then you have your individual tournament things here as well. So that information's there. You can see where you currently are ranked. This is utilizing all tournaments. So if somebody's fished five or fished six already and you only fished four, then obviously they're going to be way higher than you. What we will do is as soon as this weekend is over, as soon as this weekend is over, I will update this sheet to include Logan Martin, and then I will pull everyone's senior division. I will pull everyone's top four scores because we're using your top six lakes. You can fish up to six, but we're pulling your top four. We'll pull your top four, and then we'll look at everything. And when we look at everything, we will be able to see, okay, this is what you got here. And so the rankings will change a little bit. Okay. I will have that all pulled, updated, and posted by Monday. On top of that, at the homepage of our website on Monday and in an email, I will send out here are the bids to the State Classic tournament because the State Classic tournament is 3 weeks after this tournament. So I know you're trying to work on room reservations and all of that stuff. I get it. We're going to try to get it to you, or I will have it to you on Monday. Okay, so you will know by Monday whether your team qualifies or not for state. All right. Some important dates. Make sure you're not forgetting to register. We got boats every single tournament that are last out, first in, because they're not meeting the deadline. We have a lot of work to do from that registration. So we've got to pull all the numbers. We've got to start making cards. Once we sort those and do the randomized order and we get our boat orders in place, if you register after that, then you automatically have to be last out, first in. And we run those Sunday morning. So that's the reason. If you're late, then those are already ran. Scholarship applications, we just finished up with the deadline for those. We have the most amount of scholarships that we have ever received. 26 different students applied for scholarships. I think we're somewhere around like 70 total applications because several of those applied for multiple of the scholarships, but 26 different people applied for scholarships. So we're super excited about that. We've gotten those to the scholarship committee. They have a task ahead of them to get through all those applications, but we will be ready to announce those scholarships on May the 1st, which will be at our pre-tournament meeting in person at the Classic. So we usually do something online, but the way our Classic fell this year, we're actually going to be meeting May the 1st for our senior divisions that that Thursday night. So we're going to announce that live at that ceremony. So if you applied for a scholarship, you think you might have a chance of getting one, definitely make sure that you're wearing your jersey to that pre-tournament meeting because we'll be calling you up on stage and awarding those in person at that meeting. So the awards, a scholarship committee is reviewing those now. We'll have those out in about 3 weeks and ready to go. All right. One note on that, I'll be sending you an email. I need everyone that applied for a scholarship to send me a picture, a headshot. It can be at a tournament, just a picture of you. Okay, I don't care if it's one of your senior pictures. I don't care if it's at your best tournament. I don't care if it's in your jersey. Whatever you want displayed for us to do the scholarship. So I'm gonna send that to all of you. Doesn't mean you got a scholarship if I'm emailing you and asking you for a picture. I'm gonna send that to all 26 of you. And when I send that to you, reply to that email with that picture so I can build the PowerPoint presentation and the awards letting you know. So when we pop it up on the screen saying that you've received a scholarship, that'll be the picture that we use. All right, let me go back to the Classic tournament. Okay, for the senior division, it's 225 boats that we invite to our Classic tournament. 135 of those boats are from the largemouth division, 90 are from the smallmouth division. So basically, that's a 60-40 split. If we look at membership this year of all of our anglers in the senior division, 60% are in the largemouth division, 40% are in the smallmouth. And so we use the same split for the 225 boat field. So the way this will work is once we have the final year to date information posted, we will go in and say, all right, the very first place team in the largemouth division, they have 6 boats. So there's 6 out of the 135. So I've got 129 spots left. Second place has 10 boats. So I take those 10. Now I'm down to 119 spots. Third place has got 5 boats. And I'll keep going down until we run out of 135 boats. So it's not a set amount of teams. I'll keep going down until we run out of 135. You will be invited to the classic, and we will ask you within 1 week to declare whether you are coming or not and go ahead and complete your registration. Okay. We do that so we know if we've got 2 teams that can't make it, we'll go ahead and jump down to the next 2 teams after you and invite them as well. Okay. So we will ask you if you have made the classic tournament and you're invited to register within a week, so that we know who you have coming. All right, here's going to be kind of the schedule that we're running that week, just real brief, so you'll see this. Wednesday at 6 o'clock, this is April the 30th, we will have our pre-tournament meeting for the juniors. Okay, we're going to use the auditorium at Benjamin Russell High School. So if you just put the address into Benjamin Russell High School, look for where all the cars will be. Okay, we'll try to put a couple of flags and banners up where you can see where to come in at. But we will be using their auditorium. We'll have some tables set up in the lobby area, and then our meeting will take place in that auditorium. That'll be at 6 o'clock for juniors. Okay. Seniors, there's no reason for you to come that night. Okay. Please don't be there. Senior captains, please don't be there. We don't need the extra space. This is for junior anglers, their captains, and their parents only. Please come in. We'll go through all the information that we need for your tournament the following day. Thursday, juniors, you have a 1 day tournament. You're competing on a Thursday. Okay, so we'll do a blast off first thing that morning, safe light. We'll have all of you out. In order for juniors to qualify, you must have fished at least 2 tournaments. If you fished at least 2 tournaments with us, then you qualify, because our juniors are not to a size yet where we have to cut those. We're around 75, 80 boats for everyone that will be eligible. So all of you will be there. We'll get you all out early, super quick before 7 o'clock that morning, and then you will weigh in at 2 o'clock. So you'll have a longer day to fish. Seniors can be on the water pre-fishing. We'll get to this more information as we get closer. Seniors, my ask is that you do not use Wind Creek State Park to launch your boat unless you're planning to come in after 7. So if you want to go pre-fish on on Thursday, that's fine. Use another ramp. Leave Wind Creek to the juniors unless it's past 7 o'clock. If you're not going to get out to 7:30, 8 o'clock, then that's fine. We'll be finished. But let's give all of Wind Creek between 5 and 7 to those juniors. Senior division, we'll do Thursday night. So juniors, we'll finish your tournament. We'll just a 1 day tournament. We'll do all your weigh-ins. We'll do awards for that tournament plus for the team of the year. We'll get those recognized and we will wrap up your season then. Thursday night, after that, we'll clean up. We'll get over there for the pre-tournament meeting for the high school. We'll do all of your pre-tournament meeting information, everything about the off limits, the rules, how that's going to work, and then we'll do the scholarship presentations. We'll do the senior rods. We'll take care of all that stuff as well. And then we'll run a Friday and Saturday tournament. No awards on Friday. Seniors will do all your awards on Saturday with a 2 day total weight. So that kind of wraps up the information about this weekend. As always, you're going to see a lot of these sponsors, especially as we get to our classic tournament. We've got several of these. Alpha's going to be back with us. We're trying to get some from Amherst. I think we might have some representatives and some boats coming from Phoenix down here. I believe Cam with Freedom Marine is going to be here. We've invited Coosa Cotton to come out. Red Warrior Foundation will be there presenting one of their scholarships. One of our new memorial scholarships with Jay Bird's going to be there this year, or have an opportunity to talk about their scholarship as well. We'll be giving away our PERT program benefits for Amphibia. Just a lot of our sponsors are going to be there, and we've got some exciting things going on. So we're excited about them and wrapping up our season this year. So again, we ask that you do business with them as possible and let them know that you appreciate them supporting ASA BFA. Don't forget our discount codes that are kind of wrapping up the season here. We've got a variety of them with the different percentages off. We've got some that's giving kickbacks and giveaways that we'll be doing at this last meeting as well. So with that, that kind of wraps up everything that we needed to discuss at this point. If you've got any questions, please send those to us either through text message, leave a message on Facebook. We'll get those answered for you. Otherwise, be safe as you travel into Lincoln. We look forward to seeing you all this weekend, and we wish everyone the best as we wrap up our qualifying season and get ready to send out bids for our classic tournament. We'll see you on Friday night. Don't forget your $5 ramp fee for each of your boats. That will be due when you pick up your packets Friday night. We'll see you then.